Hi, my name is Johannah and welcome to my channel. This is a Christmas edition, Christmas special video that we're doing today, and I have a special guest. It's my son.
Hi.
He is 10, and so far we've had an amazing Christmas. It's about 12:30 p.m. here in Portland, Oregon on December 25th, and I'm getting ready to burn some incense. You may have noticed in recent videos I've been burning an incense while I record and film. So we're gonna do that today. I got a new incense burner. It's this, and it's like it catches the ashes differently, and catches them here in the bottom, and it holds the stick or holds the incense upside down. You just slip it in here, and then you put it in here, like this, and then the smoke emanates out the top. And I'm gonna set it right next to me. We do have a snack making an appearance coming from Canada. This is called All Dressed chips by the company, I believe it's called No Name.
Yeah, it's called No Name.
And this is super delicious. I don't know if you've heard of this. Now, my son, and I think he's accurate in describing the flavor as a mixture between
barbecue and vinegar.
Salt and vinegar mixed with barbecue. Very tangy, very delicious, slightly sweet, really great. And apparently this bag costs how much in Canada?
I'm not sure if this is correct, but for another chip, it was like $1.
$1 for the bag, for the same size bag.
Because it doesn't spend any money on advertise.
They don't bother advertising because they don't need to. Word of mouth. It's all about their reputation, as a company. All right, so getting into it. This video is going to be about a discontinued vintage fragrance called White Christmas. Do you want to hold up the packaging? Yeah, this is the box. This is from 1980s, I believe. It was sold for $15 in the 1980s. It's listed on the box. I got this as new old stuff. And when it came out, it was this was still sealed even. This is kind of like a slightly yellowed type of plastic wrap. It was sealed completely. And then I took it out and it was this level. So in the 40 years that I approximate, this has been packaged and sealed. I bought this on eBay. It wasn't super expensive actually. It's probably less than $30. So it came out of the package like this. It had evaporated all of the rest of the alcohol to this point. And this is White Christmas. It's a nice red lid. Nice, it is a plastic lid. And this is the sprayer. It's a heavy duty sprayer. It's a utilitarian sprayer.
It is also the 1500 bottle. That's the item number.
Oh, well, the item number. Okay, that's just kind of like a model number. It's not the 1500th bottle. I don't think the bottles are numbered. But it says number 1500, or did you say 1500 number?
Yeah.
That's the number they gave for this fragrance in their inventory or something. Something like that.
So I was mistaken.
As we get started, first I have already sprayed the fragrance on my wrist about 20 minutes ago to let it dry down. Now, my son is going to do the same as well, and he's not going to sniff it because he doesn't want to go anosmic from smelling the alcohol portion of it. So he's going to spray it on his wrist and let it dry down for a while we talk about this fragrance on paper in terms of what I found on the internet about this fragrance because it's been discontinued. Is there anything I'm missing that you want to say?
I think that we should probably cut. Let's look in the video.
Okay. When I looked up this fragrance, White Christmas by Saravel, online, I found the following information, which is not much, but I did find some. Now, Fragrantica does not list White Christmas at all, and it also does not even list the house of Saravel. On Perfume, they do list Saravel, the company, the house, and they also list White Christmas, but they don't give any information as far as how it might smell or any of the notes. And then on a Google search, you may have seen this website. It's called Fragrance Revival, and apparently they will remake discontinued fragrances, and I think that they just go and do it, but I don't know how authentic it will smell because it says what it says about White Christmas by Saravel. About the original fragrance, White Christmas is a floral perfume by Saravel for women and was released in 1953. Well, Cleopatra's Boudoir does a nice article on the House of Saravel, and they include some information on White Christmas, which we will go over today, including my son would like to do a summary of the article for you that we will probably put at some point, probably at the beginning, before you have to listen to me reading the whole article, because this is he's going to help me with the layout of this. So below in the description box here, I'm going to give a link to the White Christmas by Saravel on Parfumo, the listing for the fragrance, and then also the link to the article on Cleopatra's Boudoir. The article is entitled Saravel Perfumes, and I believe it was last updated or written on Thursday, January 23rd, 2014. It says, Saravel Inc. was located in New York City. Saravel was established by Murray W. Morin. Murray Morin and Saravel Inc. between the years 1941 and 1955. The perfumes of Saravel. 1935, Perfidia, still being sold in 1944. 1935, Sables and Pearls, still being sold in 1991. This is a 1980, I believe, version of it. 1935, Seductive, still being sold in 1988. 1939, Nuance, no information given. 1939, Sirocco, discontinued in 1941. Well, that's interesting if it was discontinued in 1941 because on eBay you can see some pretty expensive bottles, and also I've seen article or ads for it, and it was available in, I think, fancy department stores similar to Nordstrom these days, but back in the day, and it was in a ice cube shaped bottle. It looks fancy, Sirocco. And then 1940, Morocco, still being sold in 1991, and there are quite a few of those available on eBay. 1939, Truchon, still being sold in 1944. And then 1943, White Christmas, still being sold in 1991. And that was like, I believe their 8th or 9th fragrance that they released. 1943, Jezebel, and I have that one. I believe this is 1980s as well. This says $15 on it, same as these others. And Jezebel was still being sold in 1991. 1944, Gardenia, no information given. 1962, Gigi, still being sold in 1991. And then it says, the following perfumes / colognes have been found. They most likely date to the 1940s, but I was unable to find their exact launch dates, it says in the article. And then it says, Si, Senor, right there. I'm going to go through the whole article here, but we're going to take turns reading. So now, since we have let our wrists dry down, and before we read to you what this article says about the notes, I will let him say what he thinks it smells like. Go ahead.
I kind of get like a little bit of like fruitiness.
A little fruitiness.
It's hard to like describe, but like mainly like fruitiness, like candy and cherries or something like that,
Candy cherries, seriously?
or something like that. Yeah, it kind of smells like candied cherries.
When you say fruitiness, is that cherry fruit or is it a different fruit?
Like cherry, like candied cherries, fruitiness.
Ooh, cool. Is there anything else about this?
That's like all I'm getting.
I feel like I need to spray some on the other wrist because mine's been like a little while longer and I'm not getting that. He sprayed it more recently than me, so. I definitely thought, now I'm getting something like paper because it feels really dried down. For some reason, it's hard to smell it at this time. But when I first sprayed it, about 5 or 7 minutes later, it reminded me of spices, but I couldn't identify which ones.
But to me, it just smells like candied cherries,
How exciting.
like nothing else.
I love the idea of something smelling like candy cherries. Ooh. I just sprayed this, you saw? I do get that. I wouldn't say it, the words wouldn't come to my mind of the cherries, but this is sweet, and I was thinking spices, like mulled spices, mulled wine even maybe, but now that you said candied cherries, there's definitely spices though, don't you smell? You don't smell any spices, it sounds like.
Maybe like sugar,
Yeah.
if you consider that a spice.
I don't know if I would consider it a spice
Yeah.
though, but it's used in cooking. I'm going to say aldehydes because these are all very aldehydic fragrances and you smell the aldehydes. And however aldehydes age over the years, yes, they're noticeable, they're prominent. But I will say this is not dry down to very aldehydic fragrance in that way because on this side, it's not aldehydic at all.
But for me, it definitely smells like candied cherries.
Well, you guys, this video is for entertainment purposes only. I like to try and say that now in my videos because I don't want to encourage anyone to buy anything, but I just do want to inform for entertainment purposes only. There are White Christmas bottles available on eBay for not too much money in case, and different bottle styles than this too. Like there's an older version of the bottle that's available as well. So I haven't bothered to do that because I think that they're all going to smell the same based on, I already read this article before. So to prep for this, but we're going to read this article together. So off camera, he just mentioned that he thinks that probably most likely on eBay, if you see it and get it, it's probably more than $15. This is what it was sold for in 1980s. And yes, it is more than $15 as far as I can see. So that is a consideration, has gone up in price, but it's not significant. I mean, Yeah, you can get it probably expensive too, especially that one that comes in the ice cube shaped bottle. But yeah, White Christmas is plentiful. I think it was a favorite for people, and I think that they liked it, and they liked it as a Christmas present, I'm assuming, because this box looks like it's wrapped, like a wrapped Christmas present already. And that's the back.
I lost my train of thought again.
That's okay. This is the iced tea. I think it used to be called Armless Palmer, and now it's called Dead Billionaire.
Yeah.
Are they referring to Arnold Palmer when they say Dead Billionaire?
I do not know.
We do not know. But it's a less sweet iced tea. It's very good. Refreshing.
Ask the CEO if
Ask
there's
the CEO who he's referring to when he says Dead Billionaire. White Christmas. This is from the article, Cleopatra's Boudoir. Link below. Saravel's version of a holiday scent, which lived from 1943 until 1991. Yeah. Oh. The name was trademarked in 1953. It would be classified as an oriental fragrance for women. Top notes: aldehydes, lemon, bergamot, orange. Middle notes: spices. Base notes: styrax, musk, ambergris, vanilla, resins, balsam, opoponax, woods.
Now that you mention orange, I might smell like a little bit of citrus.
Yes, right, citrus. And the bergamot is also a type of citrus, so they could both be, yes. And the orange makes it more of a sweet citrus. So then if you would like to start reading here, and then end whenever you feel like it.
Saravel, I'm not sure if I pronounced it right.
I think it's Saravel.
Saravel, or however you pronounce it. Saravel Inc. appears to have been termed in the trade as the manufacturer of White Christmas perfume. The actual mixing or blending of the concentrate with denatured alcohol was
Denatured.
I'm sorry about my mispronunciations. Denatured alcohol was performed by Lord DuPont Inc.
I know the last name is DuPont. I don't know how to say the first name.
Incorporated of New York City, for and on behalf of Saravel Incorporated.
Wait, can you point out where you saw? Okay. Bruyere DuPont is a manufacturer of cosmetics, perfumes, soaps, etc. When Bruyere DuPont first began blending White Christmas perfume for Saravel Inc. in 1953, the concentrate was of domestic origin. Bruyere DuPont did not bottle the perfume for Saravel Inc. After blending, Bruyere DuPont delivered the finished product perfume in drums or jugs to a company which specialized in bottling perfume and similar products. After bottling the perfume in 1-ounce bottles, each bottle of White Christmas perfume was placed in a small pasteboard box. On the front of the box near the top were the printed words White Christmas. Near the bottom was the French word parfum. Each box containing a 1-ounce bottle of White Christmas perfume was individually wrapped in white paper with silver stars imprinted thereon. Each end of the wrapped package where the paper was folded was sealed with a sticker. The sticker was glued to the folded edges of the wrapping paper at each end of the package with the words White Christmas by Saravel printed thereon. Did you want to read starting here? Here, what I do is normally push return.
Near the center of the package, at a fold of the paper wrapper, was another glued sticker showing the tricolor of France. In the white center portion of the tricolor were the French words concentrate, translated by Google, concentrate made with essences of Provence.
In December 1953, Bruyere DuPont began importing the concentrate from France for the use in compounding or making White Christmas perfume. Thereafter, beginning in 1954, this imported French concentrate was mixed with domestic denatured alcohol in compounding or manufacturing White Christmas perfume.
There was no change in the formula during the year. There was no change in the formula during the year 1951. But actually, there was no change in the formula, period. during the year 1951. Anyways, Saravel Incorporated discontinued its former practice of placing copies of the reprints of the Vogue magazine advertisement compensation exhibit number 3 in each one gross carton of White Christmas perfume. Also, during the year 1954 or 1955, the evidence is not clear as to the exact date. Saravel Inc. discontinued use of sticker on the White Christmas wrapper, which showed the figures $18.50. Saravel Inc. also discontinued use of revenge words on the tricolor sticker attached to the outside of the wrapper containing the 1-ounce bottle of White Christmas perfume and substituted therefore the English words perfume essence compounded in Provence expresses for Saravel.
In the month of February 1956, the respondent, Persum Distributors, Inc., purchased the formula for White Christmas perfume. The trademark White Christmas and the registered trade name Saravel from Saravel Inc. together with all materials, supplies, etc., which Saravel Inc. had been using in the manufacture, bottling, and distribution of White Christmas perfume, and also the reprints of the Vogue magazine advertisement, which remained on hand. Thereafter, Persum Distributors, Inc. became the manufacturer, sole owner, and distributor of White Christmas perfume. However, Persum Distributors, Inc. continued to employ Rare DuPont to actually blend the imported French concentrate with domestic denatured alcohol in compounding White Christmas perfume, using the same formula which Saravel Inc. had formerly used and which Persum Distributors, Inc. had purchased from Saravel Inc. Here, do you want to read starting there?
Okay. At the direction of respondents, Rare DuPont delivered the finished perfume in bulk drums to B.H. Kruger, I think it's pronounced, and Co. for bottling. After bottling the bulk White Christmas perfume in 1-ounce bottles, whose packaging, wrapping, and labeling each body, Kruger and Co. then delivered the perfume concentrate, and I do not know why there's a question mark there.
Oh, because it didn't say it in the article, and I added it as I think that's what they meant to say, but it was missing.
To respondents in 1 gross cartons, and respondents then sold, shipped, and distributed the perfume to their wholesale department and retail store customers in various localities throughout the United States.
Ta-da! We finished the article.